Good good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leo. I'm CEO and founder of Leo Lee Educations, the leading education and migration agency in regional areas. In today's live stream, I would like to share with you some of the positive news for you guys, especially if you are a temporary visa holders. This is going to be some great news for you from this whole turmoil that we're going through right now, this whole coronavirus epidemics that we're going through right now. There's some great news for you guys if you are temporary visa holders. There are some hopes for you. But before I share with you some of those news, for many of you who are new to this channel or you are new to me, my name is Leo, and I'm the CEO and founder of Leo Lee Educations. We are the leading migration and education agents in regional Australia. Um, Unlike the typical agency, um, we help our clients finding jobs in Australia on top of helping them with the migration and admission services. And in today's live stream, I want to share with you some of the um, great news for temporary visa holders in Australia um, in the midst of this whole coronavirus. Now, for those of you who um, might not know, maybe if you're watching this, you might not know what's going on, in which I think you do, you should know because you must be living under the rock, is that we're going through a very hard time right now where, unemployment is high, people are getting fired from their job, employers letting go of their employees. So it seems like everywhere we go, everywhere we see negativity, we see bad news, we see pessimism, we see negativity, right? But I just want to brighten up your days and share with you that you don't have to be that way if you don't want to, because there's a lot of positivity going on. Number one, for visitor visa holders. All right. Now, first of all, if you are visitor visa holders right now and you're in Australia, it's not that ideal for you. Um, yes, so holders of visitor visas typically lasting up to 3 months are encouraged to return to their home country, especially if they can't access family support. So let's say if you're here on a visitor visa, you might be on a multiple entry visa, maximum three uh, 3 months every time. The immigration, the Minister of Immigration has advised you to maybe it's time to return to your country if you think that you can't have any sort of financial support from your family. All right, so that's point number one. Point number two, if you are an international student, right, and you're currently living here, you are encouraged to rely on family support, part-time work arrangements if available, and your savings. All right, so what it means is you can rely on your family support. You can't, right? If your family can send you money, supporting you, in which I believe in most cases anyway, then that's a good thing. Next, students who has been in Australia longer than 12 months and who find themselves in financial hardship will be able to access their Australian superannuation. Now that is a fantastic news, guys. Fantastic news. I repeat, if you're international students and you've been in Australia for more than 12 months and you already have your superannuation now, you can access your superannuations. Usually, if you want to access superannuation, you gotta either leave the country permanently or you gotta retire, which is usually at about 65 to 70 years old. But because of this financial hardship, the government has allowed you as an international student to be able to withdraw your superannuation, which is fantastic news, I can tell you. 3, there will be flexibility in cases where COVID-19 has prevented international students meeting their visa condition, such as not being able to attend classes. All right. So there will be more flexibility. All right. Because as you know, a lot of the international students now they have to do online study. Indeed, a lot of Chinese students, for example, a lot of Chinese students right now have to stay in China and do online study from here, from online studies. Yeah. Next point: from 1st of May, working hours for international students who had them extended to support major supermarkets will return to the usual 40 hours fortnight. For those of you who are not aware, but recently the government has allowed people to who work in supermarket, who are international students who work in supermarket, to work more than 40 hours fortnightly because of this exponential increase in the demand for staff. So you can actually um, work more than 40 hours fortnightly, but you will go back to the usual 40 hours fortnightly from 1st of May this year. All right. Now let's talk about working holiday makers. Now, working holiday makers, these are the guy who's here on a working holiday visa. This is great news here. Working holiday makers who are working in health, age and disability care, agriculture, food processing, and childcare will be exempt from the 6-month work limitation with one employer and eligible for further visa to keep working in these sectors if their current visa is due to expire in the next 6 months. Great news. All right, great news. So, for a lot of people who's on working holiday visa, they have to change the employer after 6 months, right? But now because of this coronavirus going on, you are now allowed to have an exempt from the 6-month work limitation for one employer. So that's awesome. All right. Now, next part. This is a good one right here, and I want to bring your attention to this. For temporary skill visa holders on either 2-year or 4-year visa, temporary skill visa holders who have been stood down but not laid off will maintain their visa validity and will have the opportunity to extend it as per normal arrangement. They could also have their hours reduced without the person being in breach of visa conditions. So this is again very good news. Let's say if you're on a 482 visa right now, a sponsorship visa, right? And you have been stood down but not laid off. It's a totally different thing, okay? You've been stood down, that means you you know, just do not have much work at the moment, but you're not laid off. So the employer should don't let you go. You actually just taking unpaid leaves, for example, right? You can still maintain your visa validity and you have an opportunity to extend it if you wish as per normal arrangement, right? So let's say if you finish your 2 years, you want to extend another 2 years, that's fine, no worries. And they could also have their hours reduced without the person being in breach. Now, this is really to support the temporary skill visa holders as well as to support the employer who cannot afford to pay them full-time wages. Next, these visa holders will also be able to access up to $10,000 of their superannuation this financial year. Whoa, crazy news. All right, crazy news. Now, these visa holders can access up to 10K of their super this financial year if they have no money, if they want to. Next, temporary skill visa holders who have been laid off due to the coronavirus should leave the country with existing visa conditions if they're unable to secure a new sponsor. So let's say if you got laid off, you got to leave. But here's the best part here. Should a 4-year visa holders to be re-employed after the coronavirus pandemic, their time already spent in Australia will count towards their permanent residency. skill work experience requirement. So what it means is, let's say one day, if this whole coronavirus is gone, if things get back to normal, and if the employer wants to sponsor you again, you can still go back to the employer, work for them, and the hours and experience that you have done with them earlier is still going to be counting towards the experience for your permanent residency, so you do not have to waste this experience. Now that is fantastic news. Fantastic news. Okay, so today, in today's videos, it's all just about quickly give you some summaries about some great news for the temporary visa holders. For example, those on working holiday visa, visitor visa, international student visa, right? You got a lot of extra, I wouldn't say benefits, but more like a relief from this coronavirus epidemics that we're going on right now. So, guys, if you need any more information about this, if you need any help with your migration, admission, and finding jobs in regional Australia, do contact us. My number is 04739 43757, or simply find us on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I prefer on Facebook. You can find a lot of free information there. So check it out on our Facebook. It's at Leo Lee Educations. We are the leading agency in Australia. Our focus is in regional areas. So if you need help with migration, admission, working, finding jobs in Australia, you got to go to us. We are the number one agents for regional areas. All right, guys. So hope this message finds you well. Please subscribe to the channel so you never miss out any updates or any news about regional area migrations, about starting in regional areas, about finding jobs in regional areas. If you know me by now, you might know that I'm a full believer in regional areas. Is the way to go forward for students who want to settle down, want to live permanently in Australia. You gotta go regional areas, and trust me, it's not as bad as you think. Okay, guys, hope this message finds you out. Be great. Make sure you click like, share it, subscribe to my channel. Watch other videos. I put on videos on a weekly basis, or you can also check on my Facebook. I'm going to put in the description of my Facebook channel. You can check that out as well. We have more than 5,000 organic followers on my Facebook who all here for the same purpose, want to get their PR, want to stay in Australia, want to apply for their permanent residency. So be great and reach out to us. We're available. If you can't come and see me, we have offices all across Australia. But right now, I'm spending most of my time in Tasmania. So if you have any questions, we can also either do a call consultation or we can do a Zoom consultation. Okay? Be great, guys. And I hope you have a lovely, fantastic evening. And remember this, we will go through this hard time together. Let's go.